Hello, greetings on this glorious day of Aries Equinox and Libra full moon. What an extraordinary moment we are living in. The sun is brilliant outside my sunroom, and you can see it's slowly melting the piles of snow and ice. We're going to do a bonfire this evening here. Which will melt some of the ice in the backyard, honoring this full moon that will be rising. It's a gift in North America right now, excuse me, to have the full moon actually in the sky at the moment. So I intend to be out under it. And I have something for you today. I have the Divine Feminine Astrology reading for this incredible moment in our time. The full moon is tonight at 9:43 p.m. Eastern Time, and the equinox is about 3 hours earlier. It's at 6 something. I actually didn't look up the exact moment. But it's about 3 hours earlier. So the sun is sliding over into Aries from Pisces, and across the sky the moon is slipping over just a few minutes, because the moon moves so much faster than the sun. Just a few minutes before the full moon, the moon will be sliding over into Libra. It's really fun. It's fun when you can get intimate with what's happening in your world, including the sky, and being able to study charts and to begin to understand a little bit of this language is helpful at understanding the natural world. This is a map of the energy of the natural world. So get out wherever you are. You know, if you're in North America, on the West Coast, the moon will be rising right at the time of the fullness. So enjoy that. Participate in that. I'm smiling so hard my face hurts. I really feel good today. First day of spring, long winter. Now we have another month before all the snow melts here. And it's going to be a long time before all the ice melts on my pond, but I like going out on the pond, so I'll live. What's going on right now? At this moment with the equinox, that moment of balance, full moons are always portals, and as are new moons, and that's an energetic portal that you can walk through. And when it accompanies a cardinal, or one of the cardinal moments of the year, such as this Aries equinox, it is also a portal. And equinoxes are about the balance. It's like you're standing right between. Today is half the 24 hours of light, 24 hours of night. So the light and dark are balanced right now. And there's something else about this metaphor. I'm not going to get into the astronomical balance around where things are on the horizon. I urge you to observe and discover for yourself where the sun and the moon rise and set in their travels. But the reason that this spring equinox, the Aries equinox, is even more of a portal, because this is literally the first minute of the new astrological year. Aries is the first sign. Pisces is the 12th sign. Pisces is the crone. It is the waning moon, the elder, the year that is dying and being transformed in this moment of, And we've got the full moon illuminating it. We have grandmother moon illuminating this moment for us. So use it well. And I'm going to offer you some ideas for using it well that are in the astrology. We pay attention to what is in aspect to the full moon at in this case, these 0 Libra, 0 Aries, and we have a trine to Psyche. What else is in the early degrees? And a conjunction. The sun is moving. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. The sun is moving into a conjunction with Chiron over the next couple of days. And also a point called Salacia. It is a small, relatively newly discovered planet that stands for sexuality and the journey of maturity. It's rooted in the same word as salacious. It means salty, and salty is the idea of body, naughty, maybe as far as pornographic. So in a sense, it's kind of like that adolescent sense of our sexuality. And that is an Aries moment, the moment of youth of, wow, I am bursting with these sensations and my body is full of feelings and sensation and urges that I don't understand and I don't quite know what to do with. But my body is doing all sorts of interesting things and my attention is going in so many directions that I didn't even notice a year ago. That's the adolescent, burgeoning sexuality. And one of my astronomy mentors, Eric Francis, talks about how Salacia here at the first degree of Aries, or the early degrees of Aries, is about that maturation process, an invitation to the maturation, to take those urges and grow up with them. Because sexuality is so much more than, the adolescent butt of jokes. It is our superpower. It's what keeps life going on the planet. And as women, I teach that sexuality is the resource of your feminine power. It is the replenishing energy, as Audre Lorde wrote. It is it's the womb of your creativity. It is the connector between the cosmos and the earth. And that's really important because besides Chiron, in early Aries saying, in conjunction with this full moon axis, Chiron is saying it's time to heal, it's time to learn, it's time to take all of this very seriously. And it's time to look at the other things going on here, because whatever is happening at the moment of the full moon is activated, and it's telling us what to do with this energy. So what do I see? When I look at the chart, I see lots of things at 23 of their signs. We've got Jupiter at 23 Sagittarius, Chariklo in conjunction with Pluto at 22 and 23 Capricorn, Venus at 23 Aquarius, and Vesta at 23 Pisces, Eris at 23 Aries, and Mars at 23 Taurus. So an entire half of the chart has major planets. Wow, that was big. A big shadow just went over the sun. It felt bigger than a crow. Who knows? Anyway, half the sky has something at 23. What does that mean? What is the significance of 23? Well, it comes down to a 5. And something came through as significant about 5, and I don't remember what it is. I don't want to go down the numerology rabbit hole right now. I'm just saying, let's look at, if these are in 23, then a lot of them are in aspect to each other. And they're all vibrating at 23, which means we pay attention. And Jupiter, the great giver of energy, the giver, bringer of good luck, the expander. I like to just think of him as the one who expands. He will expand both what you do want and what you don't want. So it's really important to have mastery of your mind and use Jupiter well to get more of what you want. Pluto, sex, death, and transformation. Chariklo, another water nymph akin to Salacia. And she is the healer. And she works with watery energies and plant energies. She is the consort, the wife of Chiron. And then Venus at 23, Aquarius. And Venus happens to be square Mars in Taurus. And Mars is in Venus's land right now. Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So Mars is there, lending, sometimes I feel like Mars is at rest in Taurus. He's enjoying time, waiting for Venus to come home. And Venus is square. So this epitome of masculine energy in Taurus, Mars, and the epitome of feminine energy is in Aquarius, the sign of the collective, and the sign of social connection and the good of all. So Venus is there bringing the divine feminine, bringing, hi Jen, good to see you, thanks for coming. Bringing beauty, abundance, sensuality, sexuality, erotic love, and art. Really the creative principle, the feminine creative principle. And she, over the next weekend, this weekend, she will be crossing a conjunction with Black Moon Lilith. So these two are square, the masculine energy of Mars. And I think that's really significant because we are called, we women are called, or all humans are called to uplift the feminine right now. The feminine is under attack. This is not news, except that every damn day the news gets worse. And we must be vigilant and determined. And we must use all of our powers. Everything about us must be directed towards speaking up and confronting and not allowing this suppression to stand. We absolutely cannot allow the suppression to stand. And to do that, we need to work together. We need to set down any of our weapons that we used against each other as women and as men who are our allies, who get it. And we need to feed ourselves. We need to use beauty and truth and our abundance. And we need to make sure we have those things for ourselves so we have the strength for what is, I hate to say it, it is a fight. And we have to fight our way. Now, this is square Mars. Mars is the god of war. Where's Pallas Athene? Well, trine Pallas Athene. She's over at 25 Libra. So Pallas Athene is the goddess of wisdom, of war, of strategy. So she is connected to this divine feminine energy. Let me finish talking. I realize I forgot to describe Black Moon Lilith. Black Moon Lilith is the universal feminine, which is gathering the energy from the universe and bringing it down into the planet, into form. And so what we're seeing when Venus and Lilith are merging their forces, we basically have terrestrial goddess of love, sex, beauty, wealth, and art, with the creative feminine principle that is pre-patriarchy. And the reason I say that Venus is terrestrial, because we can see her. She is a guide. She is a guide of the initiatory path, the descent and ascent of Inanna. And she is about to go into her long exterior conjunction with the sun, where she's going to disappear for nearly 3 months. She's rising just before the sun right now. And she is there, so beautiful. She is our closest neighbor. She's considered a twin, even though she has an atmosphere that, life that would not sustain life as we know it. She's about the same size as the Earth, and she is our closest relative, our closest planet other than the moon, which is our satellite. So she is us. She is our sister. She is about the Earth and very intimately connected with our lives, whereas Black Moon Lilith is connected to the moon, but she isn't even a real object. She's a mathematical point related to the moon's journey around the Earth and how that shifts and wobbles throughout the year. So she is a mystic. She is a mystical energy and a metaphysical energy that nonetheless comes in and expresses. So I always get excited when Black Moon Lilith is activated. And just at the new moon, she was activated with Vesta, or maybe the previous full moon. She was activated with Vesta, the first moon of January of the year. And now Vesta is moving on. She's passed through Neptune, the Pisces sun, and is heading towards Chiron and Aries. So Vesta, and she's at 23. So she is in a sextile to Mars. She is singing. She is bringing the spirit of erotic energy and devotion to the spiritual path to the energy of Mars, this direction, this focus, this skill at war and weaponry. She is guiding, Vesta is guiding how Mars can show up in this battle, how we can work with Mars energy. Mars is moving very quickly over the next, few days, but certainly by the next new moon, he will be in conjunction with Algol, the demonized goddess. And she's the one who shows up as Fury. So this is a sign that we take this nourishment of the feminine, represented by Venus, and the unassailable power of Black Moon Lilith, and be prepared to let our rage fly strategically, because all of these things are talking right now to Pallas Athene at 25. And also our personal disowned feminine inside of us is also over there with Pallas Athene. So everything, the feminine, all these Liliths are kind of in a trine to each other right now. To some extent, they're operating in all quadrants or all segments of the chart. So what have we got here? Well, anything else? Aries, the goddess of discord. And I do believe she's the one who stirred up the Me Too movement way back. That was kind of like as Uranus, the Uranus-Aries conjunction passed, Aries said, and this is what I'm going to do with it. And oh, isn't this funny? Tonight at 9:43 p.m., Aries is at 23 degrees and 23 minutes of Aries. So I got to look up what this 23 stands for. Yeah. So let's make sure we've got a plan of action here. What is our plan of action? Well, for one thing, tonight, pause and drink in the energy. Do ritual. Go outside. Watch the moon rise if you can. Watch it set in the morning if you can. I'm doing a fire. Do a fire. Full moon is a great time to be with people. So if you can, be with a circle and join your energies and be really clear about your intention. Always. This time of fierce energy means purify your intention. Get really clear about what you want, and if you feel, and what, asking for your guidance, how you're going to show up. Because if you feel any confusion, then the energy will just fracture. It will reflect off 1,000 different directions. And if you feel any uncertainty or fear or doubt in the sense of who am I to do this? Or how can I? Or I'm afraid. I'd rather shrink. This is not the time for shrinking. We cannot shrink. And I am a big shrinker. I am a big, leave me alone. I've got to be in the woods. I don't want to see any people. I mean, it took me out for 2 days to facilitate a red tent on Sunday. So I went out for 2 days, but I still showed up to speak the language of the cosmic crone because I don't want her kicking my ass like she has been, because I go and I hide and I get silent. So what about you? What do you need? What do you need to reinforce this sense of your power, your strength? And if you are in a time, we're just coming through the winter up here, and I know that for a lot of us, especially in the far north, where winter goes on forever and the days get really dark and the nights are really long, we are at our within time. But today is the portal to walk through. Today is the portal to step through and say, I'm taking my place as the feminine voice, the voice for women, the voice for the earth. The voice, this is about the voice for, because our power is in speaking for and acting for. That's what we have to do. For self, speaking the truth vigorously, vehemently, loud, getting to be loud. It's fun to be loud. I've been standing up to do my Facebook Lives because I feel louder when I stand up. And do not be embarrassed or ashamed or worry about who you might offend. It's important to offend people. Let's offend all of the people who would suppress us and who would suppress our relatives, our allies and friends who are powerful and who are enduring even worse suppression than we are. Who's going to speak up for the life on earth, the air, the water, the seas, the animals? Who's going to speak up? We have to, and we do it with our voices, our bodies, our dancing, our rituals. And by looking each other in the eye and saying, you are magnificent, you are fucking amazing, and I've got your back. I am with you. I asked the other day, over the weekend, I did a live stream here. What are we going to do about patriarchy? I was in the question, and it always comes. You just have to keep going. Keep speaking. Keep shouting. Keep dancing. Keep loving. And take care of yourself while you're at it. And take care of each other. We do not sacrifice ourselves. This is not throwing yourself in front of a speeding train and hoping to catch a headline. This is about circles. The power of circles. The power of being strong together. I think that's it. Any other thoughts? Hi, Mig. Are you here? Good. Good to see you. Do you have any other ideas or thoughts? Anything you'd like to put into the comments around what your thoughts and feelings are? What is up for you right now? How do you have plans for celebrating? Are you doing a ritual? Getting the coven together or whatever it is. It's good to be with you. I'll give you a minute to type in, see if there's anything on. And if you're watching the recording, let me know. Leave a comment, let me know you're here. And pop in a question. I'll circle back and check in and see what's going on. I'm here. My purpose in life is to help men and women, human beings, remember their intimate relationship with nature. And the specific way that I do that is I work with women about amplifying, discovering their divine feminine power through their sexuality and through mastering their voice, their truth, and their wealth. I train and initiate leaders, wise women leaders. That's the work that I do. That's why I'm here. And that's one of the reasons why I share these divine feminine readings twice a month at the new and full moons, to give you some of the resources that you need in the moment so that you can step forward as you are meant to live the life you're meant to lead, and to be a part of this glorious rise of the divine feminine. We will win. And the beauty of us winning is that nobody else really loses. When the feminine wins, nobody else loses because she stands for life. And somehow we have to find it in our hearts to do that ridiculously difficult thing, to love our enemies. I'm terrible at it, and I don't even want to, I confess. But loving our enemies is the call of the divine feminine. Hate the action. Love the potential of the person if they get their act together. Thank you for the heart. I don't know who sent it, but I appreciate it. I am going to complete this and go finish a little bit of stuff I need to do on mission, on task. And then I got to go get an updated burn permit for my fire tonight. So I will see you all later. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each one of you. Oh, Jen, I've got to see this. Yes. Yes. You don't want to, I get you. Leading. Hi, Delissa. Good, thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Meg. Thank you. I noticed you came in a little late, so go back to the beginning and see what's what. And we missed you on Sunday. We did. So Jen, yeah, just lead. Make it simple. Bring in your peers, co-lead, share the leadership. Make it easy on yourself, but get what you need. And God knows they need you where you are living. They need that power big. Okay. I'm going to go back to the office with me. And I will be thinking of all of you under the moon tonight. You are with me. Bye.